It's time that we start questioning Rohit's numbers, because we know how prolific he is. We know how devastating he can be up at the top. But just look at these numbers. Since 2020, just one 350 plus score. And when you're opening, you can't have that 50s and 100s column, which has so many zeros there.
Yeah, and you look at those years, he's only passed 58 times. He's got one century. You know, I see, and I always scratch my head with Rohit Sharma in Mumbai. I always think, if he's good enough to be the Indian captain, how is he not captain in Mumbai? I can always say that, because I don't get it. You know, he's a wonderful captain for India. He's done a great job, and you only have to look at what's happened in the last couple of years with the whiteboard team. Now, if he's deemed the best person to captain the national side, how can he not be the best person to captain the franchise team? You know, he's going to play the whole season. I'm probably stirring up another pot from last year, but you know, you look at his numbers, and the reason why I say that is those numbers on the screen. If you put those numbers back on, you got to remember we're judging Rohit just as a batter now, because he's not the captain. Now, I think you can get away with average numbers, and they're average numbers. If your name's not Rohit Sharma, you're probably losing your place in the side at some stage with those numbers. They're not good enough for a player like Rohit Sharma. But if he's the captain as well, and he's adding his, you know, his knowledge of being leader, the culture creator that he is, tactician that he is, and I see it on a regular basis with India, and I've seen it with Mumbai in the past. I cannot cope with those numbers. But when you're just the batter now, that's how we have to judge Rohit Sharma, because he isn't the captain. He needs runs.
Yes.
You know, I'm not saying that they'll get rid of him, and they're certainly not going to drop him. But it becomes a problem when you're star man and you're kind of most senior batter at the top of the order, that you're kind of looking at in the dressing room going, come on, Ro. Come on, get us off to a start. Get your flow back, and get your rhythm back, get your mojo back. Because for Mumbai to go and put right what they've not done right in the first two games, it does require that senior core to produce. And then around that, if your senior core, you know, Trent Bolts and Surya Kumar and obviously Rohit, if they produce their normal decency and their consistency, you know, the youngsters can just enjoy the game. You just say to the young players, look, just get out there and enjoy it. When you're saying to the youngsters at the minute, well, you're going to have to produce a bit of magic for us, it's quite hard. So I do think the Rohit numbers are a real problem for the side, and he has to try and get that right.
Well, Lisa, the pressure is not only on the youngsters, like Michael's saying, the pressure is on fans who love Rohit Sharma, because you know, it's so frustrating. He looks so beautiful. He just still looks like someone who's got those extra 10 seconds, so fluid. And then, you know, he gets out so easily. What do you think is going wrong with him?
Yeah, if you put the numbers back up, we've got to remember, firstly, there was COVID. So there was a lot of bio bubbles. There was a lot of travel. There was a lot of time away from home. Then you start to realise that there's been an ICC event every year. There's an expectation on India to be in the final, to win the trophy. So as a skipper of the white ball side, there's a lot of energy being put into that as well. So is he coming tired and exhausted almost at the start of an IPL? And is his preparation as good as it was when he first played IPL? I would say he's trying to train smarter. That's what you do when you get older. But as you're balancing everything out and you look at, you know, what's happened during those years, you know, he might be just a bit exhausted, and so he's not preparing as well as he should, and feet aren't moving as nicely as they once did. So he's got to find a way to kind of recapture that, and that might mean digging a little bit deeper.
You actually, brilliant point, Lisa, in terms of, you know, maybe being tired, and that's just a mental drain. And I will say about Rohit Sharma that because he's won everything, you know, he's won the IPL 5 times, he's been there and done it. You know, you look at him in Test match cricket, you know, he doesn't seem to have the spark in Test match cricket like he has in the white ball game. When he's captain in India in white ball cricket, if you look at him in the last 2 years, he's had that spark. And sometimes in your career, because he's done everything, you get to a stage where, well, what else is there to do?